Hello, welcome back. Daily Creative Challenge day number 4, challenge number 3. Hello, everybody in the chat who's here to on this journey with me. Gonna do some really cool stuff again today. I'm still just like really loving all the submissions that I'm seeing. So if you are doing this live, thank you for all your hard work and all the projects you're sharing. I'll make sure to reserve time at the end of this challenge to review your work and just kind of give you props for just sticking with it and really just pumping out some great work. I'm just really happy to see that. That's like kind of like the main reason why we do this, right? It's just see like all these contributions come in, and it's been just like amazing to see. So hi Anna, Tim, always there helping us out here. Jeff, Melville, Gabriella. There's so many people. Amer, thanks for coming back, sticking with us. I know that we can move a little fast here, but part of the whole thing is to like really do this rapid, and that's part of the process is like rapidly pumping out design. So I want to jump into just an overview of what we're going to do today. And if you haven't already, join the chat, join the community. You're able to see your design challenge in this page. It's behance.net/challenge/XD. And you'll see each day you'll have your challenges here. Today we're on component states, so we're going to mess around with some of those, taking it a little further from yesterday, just not dealing with components. And you get started by getting the file, and once you get that file, you download it, and you'll have what I have. But I also just want to keep you up to date. Like every day I'm posting what I'm submitting, so feel free to just kind of browse what I'm doing. I'm already seeing that a lot of your designs are better than mine, which is, hey, like more power to you. Some really good work out there. And also get feedback here. So there's really a great resource here. I'm a mentor. We have Joss, we have Peter, and Tim's in there too, and Howard's, you can catch Howard in there too to get some advice. Take his 5-minute challenges too. But this is just a great place for you to get feedback for work in progress. So it's going to be really beneficial for you just to use this channel as your outlet for getting rapid feedback. And then when you're done, post to Behance. Maybe not iterate on Behance or post your work in progress on Behance, but that's where I'm posting everything in that same file. And then go to Learn XD, letsxd.com. This is a great resource for you to just learn some stuff. I'm teasing this real quick. I know sometimes we don't think about sheets when we design, but this is something that we're going to be using today in our stream. So I'm going to hop in it because just like yesterday, I got some really cool stuff planned, and I hope to get through all of it. So the faster I get to work, the faster you can understand what I'm trying to do here. So today's challenge is food waste reduction. Let's try to find a way to design a system of some sort to address food waste. So however you can conceive of that is kind of what we're trying to accomplish here. So what I want to stress is the ability to use component states and try a plugin, but also understanding that you can use auto animate to help you animate your states. These are some really great inspiration. I really love the work from Julie Sandusky. If you haven't heard of her, look her up, please. She's in the creative residency here. Does a really great job at communicating circular design and food waste. So check her out. Also, some learnability and signifiers principles, check those out as well. Some really rich information there to get your designs pushed further. All right, so I'm gonna hop in it. So I have a plan here, and I need to create, so I'm gonna create a concept that is around imagining what it would be like to be able to like merge DoorDash with Airbnb. And so essentially mashing two concepts that might not seem like they belong together, but what if I could just go pick food up from some stranger's house who has leftovers? Why not, right? Like, I think that's for me a really fun way to like explore food through food waste. So all right, here's where we're gonna start. I got my colors all right here, so kind of give me some starting points. I got my default state that I want to get, so I got a header. So let's get that header in. I designed these before, and I'm still using my same image because remember, we're designing interfaces for ourselves to help us around our environment. So that's kind of key, is keeping myself at the center of these designs because we know ourselves pretty well, I hope. And so now the next thing is I want to be able to throw in some tiles. I know I'm gonna have a like some like really snazzy. I like this thing that people are doing with like these curved lines. So let's show you how I can do this. Working with shapes is fun. So being able to use some of these. Oh, I'm using white. That's right. So I'm gonna do a background actually that's red. So you can change your fill by going to appearance, and I'm gonna change my background to red. And then my header is gonna be white. So that's the guy at the top here. I'm gonna make this a little curved right here at the top. And I just want this edge curved. So what I'm gonna do is hold Option and just slightly do that. And then I'm gonna also kind of continue this around. So like I'll wrap that around in a second. But I wanna just create this tile too. So I have some plans here. I got a header, dishes section. Okay, so pick up dishes. All right, so where am I at here? Got my pickup details, thumb. All right, so this is gonna be pickup food. And I have already a character style that I've determined here. So just select this, and then that's gonna be like my heading, my H2, what if you will. And I'm designing with data on this one. So this is gonna be something that might be a little surprising to some of you if you haven't seen. But I'm gonna take this repeat grid on this thumb, and I'm gonna make 4 of them, right? Because you're gonna be able to scroll through these. And when you design with data, you're able to save a lot of time. So I'm gonna use this Google Sheets plugin. And what that allows us to do is just pull in like the data that I've already determined on this page. So you'll see I can update some stuff later too. So let's go ahead and do it. So if I open the Google Sheets app, I paste in a public link. Looks like I already have it there. Meal photo maps to this. This all maps right, so I don't need to worry about this non-mapping item. And I apply it. And it usually works good. It usually works great, but sometimes it doesn't. But it's okay, I'm gonna try it again. Oh, I need to refresh the link, that's why. So also, you have to make sure that your link is shareable to the public. If it's not, it won't work. All right, so that's good. No, it's not working. All right, well, I can try to redesign that in a second, but let's get everything else going here. I can also drop those images in later, but I just wanted to get you a sense of like what is the structure of this page. So all these things are going to carry over and get picked up later on. So let's see if I can refresh the content. No, it's not working, but it's okay. We'll go on. And so I have a message that I want to put here, and that is going to be dishes section. So a title, delicious food in your hood is ready. So let's do that. So, and I urge you to like, explore different ways of conceiving like what is food waste reduction and how you can make an impact on it. Because there's a lot of different ideas out there. So just feel free to explore them. And for this, I'm going to use a subheading. Oh, let's see, what do I want to use? 14 point. I'm going to use a smaller point, like so this one. I can copy this style. I can also paste appearances, which is really cool. So I know I want that size, but I want a different color. All right, so, and then those will come in later. I actually do have something finished here that I kind of made. So this is kind of what the data would look like when it pipes in. So I'm just going to kind of cheat here just to get this going for you. So like all these right here. Because sometimes it's good to plan, right? All right, so then I also wanted to introduce like another idea into this. Is like, what if you had like a supper club, and like you can have people like kind of join forces and have like social gatherings to be able to like enjoy food together. And I think that's what yeah, that's what I was trying to accomplish there. and hopefully I can get that thing to work. But if you haven't used Google Sheets, it's finicky sometimes when you like change around things, and I did a little bit of that. If you go over to Let's XD, designing with data, Howard Pinsky has a great tutorial on that, so I recommend you checking that out. But this is kind of what it'll look like after. And if I go to Google Sheets, let's see if it'll refresh. Let's see, refresh content. No, it's not doing it. It's okay. Sometimes things are better when you're by yourself and not a bunch of people aren't watching. Okay, so let's see what else I got here. And then I want to be able to scroll and drag this, but like that's something that we'll try later on. Maybe when I share my design, you'll be able to see like the full interaction that I intended on this. So this is Supper Club. Supper clubs are a really cool way to like kind of reintroduce like just social experiences with food. And so like there's a lot of them happening around town. It's just really hard to find them. So like, what if there was a way to like, you know, search them out? It's kind of like what I was thinking. And then I wanted this to be, let's see here, white, and this to be red. So like that, yeah. Okay. But yeah, let's get those. I have a pickup details, I have a header, social club. Yeah. And this was white. No, that was white. That was red. Okay. So I'm just kind of like riffing on like some concepts that I had thought about. But I'm gonna just get this right here and expand this down. So once you manipulate a shape, it becomes a path. So just be aware of that. Like it's hard to make changes after the fact. So just if you are making any changes to your shapes, they are gonna they're not gonna respond the way you think they might, because they won't auto animate the same. So you won't be able to round the corners and things like that. So just keep that in mind if you're ever doing any manipulation of shapes. So let's see, I had something like that. All right, let's just do something like that. And then, okay. So if I go that, I can curve this. There it goes. Something like that. Coming together. All right, and then I could just kind of copy this and rotate it, flip it, something like that. Will that look good? I don't know. You guys could, I'm sure, whip up some really cool stuff. But I'm here trying. Getting those curves. I'll get those curves better later. It's kind of hacky. It's not looking my best work, but it's okay. We will continue. So I'm just gonna freestyle this and get that going here. And I know I have these tiles here, and these also had the same kind of content in them. So what I can do is kind of like, let's see here, pull some of this imagery here. So you can get an idea of what the location is. Oh, man, let's try the Google Sheets plugin again. Let's see. Google Sheets. Paste. My favorite plugin isn't doing it for me. It's okay. So then let's go ahead and just jump into like what it looks like to do a component state change. So I have this as a component, and then I have an open state. What I want to show you is like how you can actually convert this into like a more robust state, and that's by coming here and it's doing something funky. So let's delete that. I'm going to get rid of that state. So if I get this whole item, and then I turn it into a component, Command K, then you can add a state change to it. And by doing that, you're able to add new states. So like I'm going to do a expanded. And that expanded state is something that like you can now have free control over this object. So which is cool, because then like I could just make this bigger and take over this whole page, and you'll see how this can respond. This image too, like you could just make it bigger, right? And you can, all this stuff is changeable. So like when you get back to the previous state, you won't see any of that information. So like this, send it to the back. Yep. So pork cutlet, and then this even like expand all the way down. And so like if I were just to kind of go back and forth, oh. Yeah, that's weird. Let's see. I did have, so let me see. Didn't have luck. Didn't have luck with this. Let me show you. I actually have, so like a lot of these things, like you create plans, you try to recreate your work. Let me show you like how I envisioned this, because it's not working exactly how I wanted to. So I had kind of some designs I had thrown together before. So this is like my master collection. So close your eyes because you don't want to get a sneak peek. But this is the concept. Oh, I make sure to copy the prototype mode. So I did spend some time before this making sure. So this is what I intended this to look like, right? So being able to have an app that, I want to share this because I want to be able to like publish this now so you can see exactly like what I was thinking about and how this stuff works. So if I have this item here, and let's go ahead in full screen mode so you can kind of see. So this is the finished app. This took me about, I would say, 2 hours to make. Granted, not with camera on me. So doing this with music also is a lot easier. So what I wanted to do is like explore dishes, leftovers are waiting for you. So I have my icon there, which is me. Delicious food in your hood is ready. So pork cutlet, and you can kind of like scroll over here and see more items. All this information piped in nicely when I was making this file. I'll try again to show you just to see how that looks. I wanted to do that so I can demo that. See all dishes, it's a button there, so like I would expect like if I were to push this further, be able to like see all these dishes. And then like the supper club, and you have experience a supper club led by local hosts in your neighborhood. So something like this is what I was thinking of, being able to jump in supper clubs. I didn't prototype these out. But with the expanded states, this is what we're talking about. If I click this, you have like this whole page here. And I think for me, what's really important is to be able to like have that interaction happen and be able to like see a full picture. And then you close it and it just goes right back. And did you notice that it's not quite like that closing moment wasn't quite satisfying? So like I can go back to this open state here, see? And I can change my interaction. So if I go to prototype, it's on tap, auto animate, default state, 3 seconds. I could change that maybe to like 6. Tap trigger. So you can change the types of triggers there too. And then like, let's take a look at it again. So it's a little bit more, has more activity, more interaction to it. So let's show you really quickly how that data thing works. So if I'm just going to start fresh, get a new artboard here. And this is, I think it's really important to do like an experiment like this with data, because you can really accomplish a lot of really cool things. So if I get a rectangle, try to recreate these cards really a lot more simply. And I have this info here, and then I say like, oh, also your layers, I think that's what is causing the problem. Your layers really have to be named like the right the right thing, or else it doesn't work. So like these items here, pork cutlet, like these have been changed. So what I want to make sure to do is get type that is not going to change. So meal title, right? Meal title, and even like naming the photo. This shape, you want to name it meal photo. And so the way I structured my data sheet is being able to meal name, pickup time. So and meal photo. So meal name, and then this is meal photo, and then I want to be able to have like a pickup time. Okay, and so if I get this and just kind of repeat, use the repeat grid, and then I get create 4. This should work now if I get that Google Sheet plugin and I paste a public link. It's been updated. Meal photo, that one. And then see all the information comes in. It's really, really finicky as far as like what the names of items are. So your layers need to be the right names. And then if I were to go like back to this Google Sheet and say like, oh, that's not pork. What if that's like beef? It's not, but we're in a post-truth world, so whatever. I go here and I say refresh content. And did it change? No, it's supposed to change. Refresh. It is supposed to change. Maybe the internet, something like that. But all the information that you edit should carry over. Okay, so designing with data is super awesome. Designing with being able to design for these states, because like this doesn't look anything like this, right? To be able to do that is something that is pretty cool. Like you have like a really, really snappy interaction that's not too hard to put together. So I urge you to kind of continue to push that. And then like a drag interaction like this, and then keeping these, and this is only 2 artboards, right? So like being able to have all that within 2 artboards is pretty cool. All right, so these designs are done. So I'm gonna actually walk you through really quickly how to post things to Behance. Now, there's one thing that I noticed, and that is that for me, it's kind of hard sometimes to get a really crisp render from your export in XD. So there's a really cool plugin that you can use for that. So this is going to be like, and it also it's been important to have these two because of the interaction there. But if I just wanted to take this one and maybe like, let's see, this shot, and then I'll do another one of an expanded state. Open. So like I want to have both of these exported. 812. Okay. So if I want to export both of those, what I'll do is I'll get both artboards, and there's an app, or a plugin called Custom Export. This is actually really handy to make sure you get a really crisp render when you export. I don't know what you're using or if you're having luck, but I've been having some bad luck getting some really crisp renders. So you export that, and then we're on day 3. Wow, time is flying. Day 3. So you export there, and then you should have now really crisp renders. So day 3. Yeah, so those look good. And then you can kind of like, I like to just bring those back in, and I have like a tile that I was using. Oh, we don't have time. So what you want to do then is just go to your Behance. You have to make sure to, I'm going to update that here, so it'll be here in a sec, but you want to be able to put a tile and do all that stuff. I think most of you know how to do it, so it works really well. All right, so that's all the time I have today. I didn't do as diligent a job of designing live as I should have, but we'll get better. This is day 3 of the challenge. But this is what the design should look like. Reduce food waste. Try to make something that is compelling to like incentivize yourself to reduce your food waste in your neighborhood or in your home. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna post this in Behance and then reviewing your designs on Discord. Please join me tomorrow. We're designing a watch interface. So if you're interested in something like that, we're gonna do that tomorrow. Thank you so much. You all have a great day, and make sure to watch the next guest because it's gonna be an amazing way to just like learn more about design in XD. Thank you so much.